trim, magazine, overlap, and opaque. These are the 4 prompts of the Junk Journal January series that I'll be working on in today's video. Hi and welcome, I'm Susanne from Susie's Journal Adventure, and welcome to a new adventure in my Junk Journal January journal. So if you've missed the previous videos where I'm working on the other prompts, I have a whole playlist for the Junk Journal January series that I will be linking down for you below in the description box. The motto that I'm trying to stick to when I work on these prompts is keep it simple. And the background is I just want to show you that it doesn't need a lot of time or a lot of effort or thousands of layers and paints and doing a lot of complicated things to get a nice and fun journal page. So prompt 10 is my first prompt for today's video, and it is trim. So I will at first show you my small selection of trims. I'm not really organized with my trims and maybe also with other stuff that I have, but these are some of my trims that I have. I have another selection. Let me quickly grab it. So I also have these vintage trims that I absolutely adore. I was gifted these, and to be honest, I haven't used much of them. I think they are so beautiful and they are really vintage. But somehow they didn't match the projects that I made in the last time. And for today's video, I think I'm going to select some of these trims here. I have this neutral color, white. This is so adorable. It has these hearts. But I think I'm going to grab some of these ones here. This is obviously not a trim. This is a netting from potatoes or onions. Yeah, as I've already said, I'm not very organized. I know where everything is, but yeah, this doesn't mean I'm organized, I guess. And I already thought about the prompt for a while, and I guess I just want to make some kind of a collage that I then glue down onto one of the journal pages here. And I have this paper laying here on my desk. I made it yesterday and I love the color combination. This is just acrylic paint that I applied on the, this is a mixed media paper with a spatula, really thin, this purple and the blue, like so, like so, like so, and like so. And then I just sprayed some oxide spray and let it dry. That's all I did here. And I want to cut a piece that fits to a journal page here. So maybe let's take this one. This is very wide. So I want to take it to my sewing machine, but at first I want to assemble some trim that I add here. And maybe let's take one of these neutral colors. I also have this lace trim. This is really vintage. Oh, I love this. I don't overthink it. I love it at this moment, so I will use it. So I wanted to have somehow like so. Maybe I can still add one of this here, and then one of these fun. This is too much. The blue one. What do we think? How about this one? Oh, that's so lovely as well. It goes perfect with this color scheme here. But I miss a little bit of a contrast. Or shall I use the white one? Or this is not really white, this is kind of ivory. No, I think it needs this contrast. So I have these ones here, maybe this is better. This is better, isn't it? I think I love this. Let's cut it off. So I guess it's already taking too long for the first prompt. You know, I want to keep it simple. So I will take this to my sewing machine and do some messy stitching, and I'll be right back. So I went around with a messy straight stitch, and as you can see, I layered the pieces differently than I originally planned to. I love it better like so. And I added some bunched up thread. This is something that I totally love, this messy thing here. You automatically have some kind of a focal point here, and this is the perfect place to add something on top, a quote or an additional tiny cluster or something like this. So that's exactly what I want to do here as well. I have this sticker, Let It Go, and I will just glue it down here, maybe with some additional tiny thing underneath. Oh yes, that's even better. And I will now glue this down onto the journal page. So that's how it looks like. I love it. The texture is so yummy here. And when you close the journal, you can see the lace trim here still peeking out. I love this. So trim is done. So let's do magazine. And for magazine, the first thing that I thought about was cutting out some magazine images and do a little collage. But that's the most obvious thing, I guess. I mean, this is the first thing that comes to my mind when I read magazine, to cut something out. But I wanted to do something different and yet keep it simple, of course. I have this magazine here. You might probably know this. I love this so much. and it has gorgeous papers in here, and I want to use this illustrated page here. So this illustration is, by the way, by Sarah Walsh. So this is not my illustration. That's important to mention, of course. Sarah Walsh. And I'm going to cut this rough edge here. And now I want to fold a scene from this magazine page. So I will at first fold it in half. I call it burger style. Then fold it in half like so, hot dog style. By the way, you can find a reel where I show you how to fold a scene. You can watch it over and over again. Just check out my Instagram. Then we fold it like so. And again to the middle here. Then again in the middle. And now I want to cut, this is hard to see, I want to cut from here up to this point here. Then we have the page and this situation. You have the slit here. And now, when you do it like this, the scene almost folds by itself. When you use a bone folder, you manage to have it nicer and neater in the end. I actually love this. What do I want to have as my cover? Let's do it like so. And you're ready to go with your zine. So what you can do with it is you can cover the pages up with a layer of white gesso so that you can journal onto the pages, or you can leave it as it is. You can just add some sentiments, some quotes, or some collaging. But for the moment, I will leave it as it is and find a spot in my journal where it can go. Obviously, this would be an option. Let's add it here. So what I will do is embellish a little bit this pocket here. And as these two pages are really different in style, I mean, I have this mustard yellow here and here, so this is a little bit cohesive, but it's a totally different texture here and a different style, obviously. So I want to try to get more of a connection between the two pages. And I have this piece of fabric here that I used here in the cluster as well. And I think I will use this. This is gorgeous for the pocket. And I have these pieces. This is the fabric from here, and this is another fabric scrap. And I want to do a little cluster here as a focal point here on the pocket, and to get some nice interest. Oh yes, it worked. Sometimes stapling fabric is not working. Yeah, you see, this didn't work very well, but I think it's okay. And for a little bit of more texture, I will go around here with my sewing machine. So this is my piece of fabric now. I will glue this on. And I want to add one more thing here to this cluster. I have this bulb pin here and some tiny beads, and maybe I have some that fit here to this to these two pages. Well, we have pink here. And we have kind of a yellow here. Some white ones. So here we go. So let's attach it. I would just poke this thing through the fabric. And now I'm ready to go. This is adorable. I love it. I mean, I could close this pocket, but I think it is not necessary. No, well, let's do it. Let's close it. Now we have a zine from a beautiful magazine page that you can fill with journaling, with collaging, or just leave it as it is. I actually like it as it is. And we have this pocket. And the second prompt for today is done as well. So the next one is overlap. Overlap, let me think about it. Overlap. That's not easy. The first thing that I have to think about is doing some flaps, gluing them down on top of a page, on the bottom of a page, and sideways. And then when you fold them in, they overlap. I guess this is an option. So I will quickly flip through my journal and see if there is a page that speaks to me, or some kind of an element that speaks to me. I want to keep it simple, and I really love these marks here. They are so simple and you immediately have a great journal page or a background. I have this, of course, on the front as well. And maybe let's work with this paper because, you know, I don't want to spend an hour for the prompt overlap. And I'm just thinking, I have here, where you can't see it, but here is a pile of random collage papers and things that I work on in between some projects, or to get rid of some leftover paint. And I had this piece here that I used a few minutes ago for the first prompt, as well as these papers here that I made. These ones, you know, of course I have something like this as well, or empty envelopes, kitchen towel to get rid of the paint from the brush, some collage photo that I made. You know, this is a mess actually here on the right, but I have some gorgeous papers laying here. Something like this. I really love this. So simple, just some paint applied with a spatula. 1, 2, 3, you're ready to go. This is so great. And I think this would be a great contrast to these black marks here. And I could do a flap here on top, and a flap on the bottom. And then when you fold them over, maybe you have a nice appearance of this page. And I just have the idea in this moment that I could cut out some shapes, not only rectangular things, but for example, a half circle or some kind of a flower shape maybe. So let's not overthink it, as I already say. So I will cut this down with no plan, actually. I mean, I can do wonky shapes intentionally. Why not? This is not really very wonky. I would love it to be more wonky. I thought of gluing this down with some washi tape or a strip of a fabric actually, so that you can fold this out, and when it's folded in you can see this kind of abstract element. And to glue one of these things down here and on top, so that you have overlapping elements. I will at first, I think, sew around these shapes. Now let's put this on top. And I want the pattern to show when it's closed. And obviously, somehow, is this bigger now than it was before? Why is this bigger now? So I think I would just glue some paper underneath this one to make it longer. And I actually love these weird shapes here. So I left it exactly as it is. Yes, it's better now. Okay. So I want to glue them down with some fabric, and I want to use this one again. So I'm tearing some strips here. And now I'm gluing these shapes down with the fabric, and I want to glue them down like so, so that I can then fold them down, or fold this one down. So I'm going to apply some glue here. And now I'm applying glue onto this shape. And I repeat this procedure with the other shapes as well. Okay, this is the situation now. So we have these 3 flaps, one here, one here, one here. And we can close it as we want it to close. I actually love it, but somehow this doesn't want to stay closed. And I guess I know why. This paper is a thin, normal copy paper, 80 GSM. And this is mixed media paper, a thicker one, 250 maybe. So this one's sturdy and this one's relatively flimsy. So that's the reason why this is not, you know, this is not flexible enough. So I'm wondering if it would look nice if I made some kind of a closure here. Yes, let's add a closure. I think this is an additional decorative element here. And I want to go with some of these, I don't know, how are these things called? So if you know how these are called, please write it down in the comments. I have no idea. But they are perfect for my project. I need 2 of them. I want these ones. Then I need a piece of a thread. I have this left over. I think it is perfect. So I will just punch a hole here. No, I will not punch a hole, I will poke a hole. This is always something that I say wrong, I guess. Or not always, but often. Oh, and before we attach it, I want to tie the thread here around this, you know, thing that I don't know the name of. Actually, at this moment, I even don't know the name in German. I can't remember. Poke a hole here as well. Attach this one. And this only works because this is mixed media paper. A thinner paper would be not great and it would tear really quickly. And now I can close it. Oh, I have to leave a little bit of space here. This is too tight. Is it better now? Yes. So this is the finished page. I think it's kind of weird somehow because this has no function, and obviously I don't love this white inner, the inner part of it, but when it's closed, and I think I would just leave it closed, I really love it. I love the contrast. It's kind of a, of course, abstract thing here on this page, but yeah, I love it. And I think I will keep it closed forever. Overlap is done. Opaque is our last prompt for this video. And as I have the feeling I really already spent a lot of time doing the other 3 prompts, I really want to keep it really simple this time for the last one, opaque. And I mean, opaque. I have a lot of things. I mean, actually, nearly all of the things that are laying here on my desk around me are opaque. This is opaque. This is opaque. fabric is opaque. This cluster I made is opaque. Yes, so I'm surrounded by a lot of opaque things. So this is not a challenge to find something opaque. Oh, you see this? I have this piece of, I don't know what this is. I think this was kind of a wrapping paper of something to eat. I cleaned it, I know, with a damp towel. And this is, of course, not opaque. This is really translucent, transparent. This is thinner as normal vellum. And when I look at this, I think it would be just great to, you know, work out the opaque thing that I put on top by using this opposite. This is translucent and a opaque thing is not translucent. So I think this is great to use this opposite kind of theme. I guess you all know what I mean, don't you? It's really still hard for me to say what I feel and what I want to say in English, but I think you understand me. I hope so. So let's just take and not overthink any kind of opaque thing that is laying here in front of me. Look what I found here. I have this scrapbook paper and I ran this through my embossing machine and cut out some butterfly die cuts. How about just gluing down one of these negatives, and then of course the negative around here, the negative around is opaque, and the thing in the middle, the butterfly shape, is translucent. You can see through. So I guess this is a thing you would not expect for the prompt opaque, but that's exactly the reason why I love this. So, and it is simple. So I will just cut out one of these butterflies. Let's take the first one here. Do I like it? I guess yes. Yes, I will. Let's just put this on here. I will staple it. Oh, I didn't even look at the back side. Look at this. This is so beautiful together with this flower here. Can you see this? This fits perfectly here. I didn't plan this. And you know what? I have these butterflies that I cut out from these papers here. I cut out a lot of them. I have these still laying here around me, some of them, because I didn't use them all for my project. And I have the idea to glue one of these down here again, but only in the middle. I will do it. I will just do it. And I have, of course, some threads laying here as well. If you could see what is laying here. I must admit, when I see the things, I actually use them. When I don't see them, I don't use them. So it's not good for me and for my creative process to have everything packed up in boxes or in shelves or in drawers, and all the, you know, things are closed and I can't see them. That's actually not good for me. I don't feel inspired at all. let's do it. Can you see this? I mean, when the journal is closed, obviously, I will lose this dimensional thing here. But when I flip through it, I can fold the wings again up a little bit. Yeah, that was a quick one, wasn't it? So Opaque is done as well. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I could inspire you with my takes on these prompts for Junk Journal January. As I've already said, if you've missed the other videos, check out the playlist that I linked for you down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching again, or thank you for watching the first time if you're new on my channel. I hope you have a lovely day and see you in my next video. Bye!